the Happy Hustle Club upcoming 2025 masterminds. And specifically, if you want to run your own masterminds or events, some of the pro tips that I have learned throughout running these events, mixing business with pleasure. Now, let's dive into this episode of the Happy Hustle.
Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary Jack, and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco-warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality.
Masterminds. Probably the best thing I've ever done for my business. And now in 2025, with the increase of AI and technology in our everyday reality, in-person events are more and more important. So I'm sharing with you today the upcoming lineup of the 2025 Happy Hustle Masterminds and pro tips on you hosting your own masterminds. What's up, y'all? Cary Jack here. I am the founder of the Happy Hustle. I am also a USA Today bestselling author of our book, The Happy Hustle version 2.0. It hit number 39 on the list, so super grateful about that. And also top 0.5% globally ranked podcast host. But more importantly, I'm somebody who knows how to do live events. And I'll tell you straight up, live events are a biatch. If you don't know how to do them, you'll get burned. You'll lose your ass on the whole event at large. You'll spend a lot of time, money, and resources, and it just won't be worth your while. You may even burn your reputation. So I'm going to give you some pro tips while also sharing with you what we got coming down the pipe for our Happy Hustle 2025 lineup. So I'm going to share my screen, and that way you can see the actual visual of what we have coming down the lineup. So here is our list. And if you're just listening, all good, I'll describe them to you. But these are our 2025 mastermind events. And our whole shtick at the Happy Hustle is how do you systematically harmonize ambition and well-being, aka mix business with pleasure and create that unique opportunity for personal and professional ROI. That's what our stuff is all about. So it's not just like a make money, grow, scale mastermind. That's not our stuff. We're about incorporating both components of life, both personal and professional, so you can crush it and ultimately happy hustle your dream reality. So here's what we got coming down the lineup. And we already did our Montana Mastermind Epic Skiing Adventure with 25 entrepreneurs. Super badass time here in Montana. Now coming up in the summer, we have our Montana Mastermind Epic Camping Adventures, July 15th through the 20th. And then we have August 19th through the 24th. So this is an epic 5 days, 4 nights business mastermind backcountry camping adventure. Again, where we mix business with pleasure. We hike in and out about 10 plus miles to an alpine lake base camp. We mastermind, we digitally detox, we learn primitive survival skills and fly fishing, and we do a natural hot springs. We have professional backcountry chef cooking up deliciousness, and we're doing mindfulness exercises and primal workouts and so much more. And these are our signature summer events. And I learned a little pro tip here on outdoor events is you have to take into account the season in which you host outdoor events. Obviously, no brainer, but we got snowed on one time in June. It was pretty miserable, like a blizzard. Thankfully, the weather turned quick. But the point is, pro tip, always take into account the weather when you are doing outdoor events. And then also, you want to take into account the other things that might be going on during that time of year in terms of other entrepreneur events or family trips. Like if it's around the 4th of July, you can bet most of your people will want to go do something with their family for 4th of July. So you have to think about the planning time frame of these events. That's why we do these specifically in July and August. It's an absolute gorgeous time in Montana. So that is the first event coming down the pipe. The next one we got is the Alaska Adventure Mastermind, September 13th through the 20th. absolute beautiful time in Alaska. The salmon run is happening, a lot of bear watching. This is a one-of-a-kind business mastermind, again, for the adventurous, nature-loving outdoor entrepreneurs. All of our stuff incorporates nature. But again, who want to mix business with pleasure in the final frontier. We do fly fishing, hiking, camping. We're hanging in the beautiful Haines, Alaska, which is known as the adventure capital there. And it is definitely going to be one of those iconic trips that you'll never forget. We're partnering with my buddy Kevin from the legendary Passage Expeditions. He's been guiding up there for 13 years in Alaska, so he knows all the things. And this is the evolution of our Montana event. So we do a 5-day in Montana and then a 7-day in Alaska. So this is kind of like the graduation of that Montana one. Everyone who comes on the Alaska one has to have already previously come on another mastermind. And that is a pro tip here, is once you have a successful event or mastermind going, you got to think about what might be complementary to that specific mastermind that those people who have already, bought your first mastermind might want to attend. You built this know, like, and trust. Now, what else can you do to serve that specific, perfect target avatar of yours? And that's where this Alaska trip comes in. A lot of our guys wanted to go to Alaska, so we're putting together a badass Alaska trip. So I'm weaving in pro tips so you can kind of see how we run it. Now, October the 16th through the 19th, we have the Medellin Mastermind down in Colombia, and that'll be a couples workshop. So a lot of our guys, again, are married and they want to bring their spouses on a mastermind. So this is like a relationship mastermind with adventurous activities, delicious meals, mindfulness practices, and then top-notch regenerative protocols for full body health optimization at BioAccelerator. Shout out to Eric Stofers, one of our Happy Hustle Club members. He is the owner and founder of BioAccelerator, the world-renowned stem cell clinic down there. And we're going to be doing stem cell IVs and a bunch of regenerative therapies. And this is all packed into a structured yet flexible mastermind. We're also bringing in amazing sex experts and relationship counselors. And the goal is deepen our connection as couples, then learn from professional experts, and also tackle any lingering adversities, both from a health standpoint and with your relationship. So that is really what this one's all centered around. It's going to be a blast down in Colombia. In Medellin is a beautiful city. So that will be happening. And here's a little pro tip on this one. Leverage on the ground contacts if you ever do go to other places in the world or other cities or states out of your specific area. You want to think about a local expert that you can use their knowledge, their contacts, their network, their resources in that area, and then have them help you set up the logistics, or else it's hard to set up masterminds in these remote places that you're not physically at. So that's the pro tip there. Okay, then we got November 6th through the 9th. We have the Greenfield Optimized Life Mastermind. This is with my buddy Ben Greenfield, all about optimizing your health and well-being. Again, epic 4 days, 3 nights biohacking experience, learning from the greatest biohacker of our time. He's also known as the fittest man in the world, Ben Greenfield, at his private house in Idaho. We're collaborating here, doing, masterminding our businesses, yes, but also optimizing our morning routines, night routines, supplement protocols, nutrition plans, exercise plans, blood work insights. We'll get professional chef cooking and, delicious and nutritious meals there, and mindfulness exercises and biohacking workouts and so much more. But it's very rare to see behind the scenes at Ben's house. So that's what's cool about these collabs with Ben, is he's letting us come to his house, his new house in Idaho, to see how he has everything set up. And yeah, it's going to be a really awesome experience. So the pro tip here is think about who has a complementary brand or business when you are doing masterminds or events, who you could bring in as a co-facilitator that could bring a new element to your existing tribe, to your existing mastermind clientele. For us, Ben is a supernatural synergy, and we've been friends for a while. I'm very skeptical on who we bring into the fold, but he's a really great human. He embodies the happy hustle. He's got a loving marriage with his wife. He's a dedicated father, a man of God. He's also crushing it, and professional sense, 6-time New York Times bestselling author. He's got huge brand businesses, supplements and, all sorts of products and all the stuff, right? So he embodies the happy hustle. So you want to make sure who you are working with on these collabs and that they signify and represent your brand in the highest light. So that's the one in November. And then we are doing a Guatemala family mission mastermind, and that is December 3rd and through the 7th. Now, this date is pretty much locked in, but just FYI, we may have to move it a little bit. But this is where our guys can bring their kids and their spouse on a family mission trip mastermind down to Guatemala, where we can actually give back and do good for some of the most impoverished people on the planet. Guatemala, a lot of the people down there live on $1 a day. My mom lives down there actually in Lecatilan, San Marcos, La Laguna. So I have a lot of contacts down there. My buddy Sebastian, they have nonprofits down there. So I have, again, contacts in these remote locations, and we're going to give back. We're going to just have an unforgettable experience, like supporting people in need and really just leveraging our collective tribe for the greater good. So that's a pro tip here, is tie your brand, your mission, your mastermind, your events to something bigger than yourself. And that is a really great way to increase the fulfillment and the joy that you also feel. So that is the breakdown of our 2025 mastermind events, and a little pro tip here and there. I hope that was valuable for you, both from the perspective of if you ever want to come on one of our masterminds, but also if you ever want to host your own events, whittling in some pro tips. So there you have it. I hope that I see you at one of our masterminds. If you would like to apply, you can go to thehappyhustle.com/mastermind, and you'll see our different list of masterminds, and you can apply there. But regardless, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate the heck out of you. I know you could be anywhere, but you're here with me. So thank you. Send you so much love and light. I am out. Peace and love, everybody.